Good evening, good evening, good evening. And welcome to ReCooper8. We're making a comeback, Katie. We're making a comeback. Katie has currently got her mouth stuffed full of Whittaker's chocolate. Today's show is brought to you by Whittaker's and Coca-Cola, as ever, as ever. We've been away for some time. My name is Lucy Cooper, and your name is?
Katie.
Katie
Abbott.
Katie Abbott.
Abbott.
Full name.
Katie Louise Abbott.
So ReCooper8, it's been, it's more off again than on again, but we're back on again, aren't we?
Yeah.
But with a renewed format. Did you see what I called it on Facebook?
No.
I called it a low input, high risk format.
Maximum return.
Maximum return,
missed the
absolutely.
maximum return.
Because, we're busy women and we're also, I like to say, perimenopausal. And so, certain things are beyond us, like organising another thing. And, whilst we love our guests and our friends of the show, it was just becoming a bit hard, wasn't it? Yeah. Am I being too honest?
Yeah. I love that.
But so we thought, well, we still want to do the show because we really enjoy doing the show, don't we?
We do.
Yeah. And, but how can we make it easier on ourselves? Make it easy on yourself. And that was by cutting out the guests. Oh, gosh, it's all coming out wrong.
Oh, it's all right, darling.
Oh, it's been a long time, hasn't it? Oh, you've sent me a text. But we're opposite each other.
No, I've sent you the playlist for tonight.
Good.
Because...
Thank you. Yep.
What has happened today? How's your Sunday been, Lucy?
How's my Sunday been? That is an excellent question. It's been excellent, but not as excellent as yours, young lady. So, what did we go to?
We went to the Soul Sisters.
Is that what it's called?
That's what the event
Sisters
was called.
of Sound.
That's it, yeah.
Sisters of Sound.
Sisters of
Brought
Sound.
to us by the Order of the Perpetual Revolutions.
Sisters of the Perpetual Revolutions. The Order of
Order.
Perpetual. Well, you wrote the thing.
Yeah, I wrote the article. So it was part of Featherstone Vinyl Club.
Yep.
They meet monthly.
Yes.
And Shara Hudson and Diana Hughes, who go to Featherstone Vinyl Club, had noticed, well, there's just not many women up there on the decks.
No.
So Shara and Diana just thought, we're going to create a day for women to try out their DJ skills.
Yep.
On the decks with vinyl.
Yep.
And you signed up. But you were an early adopter of the idea.
I was.
Yeah.
I was very excited, and I had been working on my playlist for months.
Yes,
refining it.
Yeah.
Testing
Tell us your
it.
process.
I have like a few faves, and then I thought, what should I actually cut out little pieces of paper.
Yeah.
And wrote the name of the song.
Right.
And the person.
Yeah.
And then I put them in a poor woman's Spotify, because if you don't have professional Spotify or premium Spotify, you can't mix tracks, or you can't do what I do as playlists for our show.
I did not know that.
No. So if you just got the free version, you have to do what you do, and you can't mix or skip or do any of that stuff.
Right.
So I put all the names out on a piece of paper and just like shuffled the piece of paper in actual touching.
Yeah.
And was thinking
Analog.
about the song, was like, oh, should I start that there? What will the crowd be like? Because I was on at 5 o'clock. Will the crowd be like quite boozed and ready to dance, or will they be wanting to chill because it's Sunday night?
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
I had to kind of think and twist around.
Gosh, and how long did that process take?
Quite a while.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking about the songs that I love.
Yeah.
So it was all about women wanting to play what they want to play. So there was an eclectic mix.
It was.
But a great mix.
Your vibe. I quoted you in the paper because what's your stage name?
My DJ name is DJ Ginger Paws.
Oh, we love it, DJ Ginger Paws.
DJ Ginger Paws.
So you were quoted in the paper as...
I was, by my clever journalist friend.
Who's that?
It's you, Lucy, it's you.
Stop it. You had 2 quotes.
I did.
Well, you might even have had 3. 2 name checks because you counted.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were quoted. Yeah, you said some beautifully sensitive and erudite things.
Yeah, because Shara and Diane were thinking they wanted to celebrate women and what would
Yeah.
be a day.
Yeah.
And what had already passed was...
International Day of the
woman?
Women's Day, International
Something like
Women's
that.
Day. That had been and gone.
Yeah, they'd missed the boat. They'd missed the boat on that. But then they thought, hang on a minute, suffragettes.
Yeah.
130
years since
the vote
New
for
Zealand.
women.
Yeah, in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Although Mups tells me that the suffragette movement was started because they wanted temperance. It was a temperance movement.
Oh, no booze.
Yeah. So
Did not
they
know
wanted
that.
to be able to vote to put temperance through. So that's the actual impetus behind wanting to get women to have the vote.
Oh my
So they could
gosh.
bring in... Yeah. And I was like, that's great because we're having it in a bar and everyone's going to...
Yeah. So they were party poopers.
I don't know, but I kind of feel like Kate Shepherd, she was cool.
Yeah. Oh, they were all cool.
If you wanted the women to have a voice, there's nothing bad about that.
No.
Was there? Unless you're Parky poser. Posy Parker. Anyway.
Well, no, absolutely. I think we have a lot to be grateful to them for.
Yeah.
Also, when you think about that, I'm reading a fabulous book, actually. It's called...
Hang on a minute.
I'm not going to remember it, am I?
No.
It's
But just try.
Okay, so it's about... I can't even remember...
What's it about? And then we'll try and figure it out.
It's about a woman who was in the 70s in America, was committed to a lunatic asylum, as they called them then, by her husband, because she was very outspoken. She was politically very engaged, and also she didn't quite subscribe to the picture of God and Jesus that her husband did.
Yeah.
So he just packed her off to an asylum.
And by doing that, it meant he could get married again?
No,
legally?
he just kept her there. He did everything he could to keep her there.
Hang on a minute. Yeah.
But what she found when she got there is that these asylums were stuffed full of women who were not insane, who were just outspoken, ballsy, gutsy, and who had husbands who couldn't cope with that. And they were being tucked away in asylums across America. I think it was happening, all across,
What year
Europe.
was it?
1870 odd. And anyway, what I'm thinking about is she basically made it her life's mission to change the law.
Yeah.
And it strikes me just how much work it takes to change the law if you're on the outside trying to get in. So you're thinking about suffragettes, suffragists, thinking about this woman whose name I can't remember, which is just unforgivable. And
We'll look it up in the break.
We'll look it up in the break, yeah. And all these, anybody who is on the outside of power trying to get in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the amount of effort it takes. So we honour that today, don't we?
We did.
Yeah.
And then they were thinking there should be all women playlists, all women artists. But no, the point of it is just women having a go
Exactly.
and playing what we like and want to play.
Yeah, that's right.
So it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I was quite nervous, but it was great.
Yes, but you didn't look nervous. You had just got up behind those decks, and it was like proper, wasn't it? 2 turntables and a mixing desk in the middle.
I'd had probably 10 minutes instruction.
Yeah.
At 1 o'clock when we were allowed to go down and practice, or if we hadn't done it before, to try and see. So Denver Grinnell, is one of the committee members who does the vinyl club.
Yeah.
He kindly showed us all the knobs and buttons to push. Yeah, it was really cool.
Wow.
Yeah, really fun. So if anyone wants to try it, you can go along.
Yes.
You just bring your clean vinyl.
Yep.
So I learned all about cleaning vinyl properly.
Oh, okay. What do you clean it with? Not like the back of your jeans?
No,
or
no.
anything?
Isopropyl alcohol mix and soft velvet cloths.
Oh, lovely. I have heaps of soft velvet cloths at home, as you know.
Heaps of alcohol.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, sorry, I'm getting mixed up.
Well, then someone else was saying, no, I don't know. Someone will tell us whether that's right.
Right.
Some people are pro isopropyl alcohol and other people are anti isopropyl alcohol for cleaning your precious vinyl. Some use vinegar.
Really?
Some use something else entirely.
Gosh.
Baby wipes, although you didn't hear that from me, apparently.
No, I can imagine baby wipes don't go down very well. It's cold in here, Katie, don't
Is
you
it?
think?
I'm
Don't you
quite
think
temperate. I'll turn
oh
it
my
down
God,
while you,
it's like Arctic over here.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we're not suffering from global warming or melting of the ice sheets.
Hang on.
Can I just say that my mum can listen, but she can't get video. But she can hear us. Hello, Mummy. That's nice. I'm going to call you tonight, Mum, I promise. She's been on her holidays.
Nice.
With her sister
Yes.
and her brother-in-law. That's nice. And the dog. They went to Lymington. It looked lovely.
Leamington.
Lymington.
Is that where Leamingtons come from?
No, it's where Lymingtons come from. Quite different.
Lemmings?
Lemmings.
Lemmings.
L-Y.
Oh.
Yeah, Lemmings.
Lymington.
Lymingtons. That's where Lymings come from. But we say Lymington. At least I think it's L-Y.
But don't you say Lyme Regis?
Yeah, but
So
you
why
don't
wouldn't
say
you say
Lymington.
Lymington?
Oof, I don't know, but it just sounds weird.
English is so peculiar.
I had a lovely time.
Very good.
I'm wearing my glasses today because I've run out of contact lenses. But do you know what? The other thing that happened to me is I actually lost these glasses. So I was having to wear my really big, quite fashionable, but nevertheless rather large Deirdre Barlows, which actually touch the top of my cheeks when I smile. So it
Yeah.
makes me a bit self-conscious.
Yeah.
And also pinch the back of my ear, even though the lovely people at Specsavers have seen me about 5 times to try and
Get it
address
right.
that.
Maybe they knew you secretly wanted to be Deirdre Barlow.
Maybe, yeah. Like, and always
I
like
think
pushing.
you could actually pull off Deirdre quite well
Thank you.
if you started smoking and dating a
don't-
guy called Ken.
Did
Sorry,
Deirdre
Ken.
smoke?
Yeah, didn't she? That time she
God,
went
I
to
think-
prison, she was
Oh,
a
yes.
pack a day lady.
Yeah. I mean, surely the rest of New Zealand who's listening to this will know that we're talking about Coronation Street, won't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to be really into it, but I'm not anymore.
Oh, same.
I couldn't
that
watch it
and
now.
Easter. I couldn't watch it now. Well, all the houses are so small that they're in. You know, now now I've lived here for so long,
Oh.
and their houses, and I'm
They're
just
properly insulated, Lucy.
yeah, and central heating. Yeah, gas, hot water. Oh, how
They've got all
lovely.
the local amenities.
Shove that
Before I-
over properly, that
Before a
chocolate.
train drives through it all.
Yeah.
I'm introducing Lucy to the new Whitakers.
This is a new flavour.
Yep. Honey nougat
Yep.
and almond, which is New Zealand's take on
Toblerone.
Toblerone.
Tell us about Toblerone, though, because it used to be made in Switzerland, and they were able to have on the bar, what were they at?
The bear.
The bear.
The bear on the bar. You know, in the logo, you can see the bear.
Yeah.
You can't anymore because they can't put that on. What's it called when you make in France, when you make
Appellation.
cheese? Appellation rules. Because it's not made in Switzerland anymore. They
Right.
can't have the bear on the bar.
Right. So where is it made?
I told you and now I've forgotten.
Czechoslovakia?
Was it?
Czech. Is that even a place anymore?
Yeah.
Is it Czech Republic?
Yeah, anyway. Don't worry about Toblerone, people. Go get Whitakers because
That is
it's
really good.
isn't it? It's
Yeah.
way better than Toblerone.
This is what Toblerone used to taste
Used to
like.
taste like.
That is truly excellent. I can see how and why you'd eat a whole bar.
Yeah. So we'll have a little nibs on that, and you can play something that was in my playlist today.
Oh, hang on. Yeah.
It is Lady Six and Diamond.
I'd love to, Katie, but first of all, I've got to pair my phone with the...
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
So all this
Do you think anybody... Misophonia? Have you heard of that?
when they can't bear to listen to people eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably
We've
triggering a lot
lost-
of people now.
Most of our listenership... Tiff won't be listening because
Right,
she hates it. Though she did say I was allowed.
Oh, well. Maybe
Favouritism.
it's situationally personal.
Hang on, wait until I've... Shall we... Is there any way that we can explain why we were off air? Any other way?
No, I think it's better not to mention it.
Okay, 1 second. I'm just trying to... Oh, I'm connected. Oh, no, I'm not. That's really good. I've got 2 tattoos. Hey, Mum, I got another tattoo. Hang on. I'm just trying to get it on the camera. Oh, she can't see.
She can't
Oh.
see, so don't tell her.
It's a terrible shock.
That's like
And she
explaining
can't see
something
it.
to her.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing that happened since I've been on air. Is
What,
I'm
you
now a
got
tattooed
tattoos?
lady.
She is. And I think she's got the bug. Is it true what they say?
Oh my God, totally. Because also I feel so comfortable seeing them. I love looking at them. I love it when I catch a glimpse and I
They
think.
are lovely. So delicate.
So I don't
For such
regret
a
them.
delicate flower.
I'm That's what they
Are you
all
paired?
say. I think I am paired. I wondered what you were meaning then, but I just said yes anyway. I'd be really good in a crisis
Have you found
situation.
your mate in life? Are you paired?
Oh.
Can we play this song?
Sorry, okay, yeah. I'm just trying to find you. What do you want me to play?
Lady Six and Diamond.
Lady Six and Diamonds, okay.
Yeah, it's at the bottom of the playlist.
So this is... Oh, you had Girl and the Robot on here.
Yeah, I was trying to play that, but I couldn't find it on vinyl in time.
Oh, man.
Being a DJ is an expensive undertaking.
I know. I was
If you
just
want to
thinking.
start to have a cracking good collection, I can see why people get addicted to collecting.
I was saying to Tiff and everyone while we were dancing to your music that now we know what to get you for Christmas. Vinyl, but
Oh,
also
yeah.
you'd need the decks.
I actually need something to play it on that's not. I've got that little tiny box, you know, the little tiny. What do you call them?
Oh, record player.
So dumb. A record player in a box, like in a suitcase, and then you just turn it up and put the little latch on, and you carry it like a suitcase.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen those?
Yeah, I used to have one when I was a kid.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
this is the modern
And it used to
version.
hold, because you remember the play school wind up record player?
Yeah.
And it came with the
They did
colourful
never come
record.
to New Zealand.
Didn't it?
I don't think. Only
Oh
for
my
like
God,
rich
you were
kids.
denied a great treat. Right, I'm going to press play.
Were they plastic records?
Yes, with dots on. Because
Yeah, I
that's
totally
how they were
coveted
picked
that,
up.
but we never had it.
Oh, God, I loved it. And I'm sure you got a case with that. Mum, did we get a case with the records that went with the play school record player?
Yeah, I totally remember that. A plastic thick record with
Yeah.
bumps on it.
Yeah.
I think I
Just
must have seen
amazing.
it
Who
at
else can remember that?
kindergarten. And I desperately wanted one.
Because,
Wasn't allowed it.
well, you weren't allowed
I
it.
don't know, I'm just making that up.
By the way, you can interact with us.
Can we play the song now?
All right. God. So bossy.
Diamonds.
Do you know, I'm a bit nervous because I'm not sure if it's going to work. So let's have a go.
That's all right,
Okay.
let's just try it. Because that's how I felt before I slayed.
It's working though. Listen to this.
Right.
I'm going to turn off the mic so people can enjoy the music.
Feeling like I just got paid. I earned $100 worth of gas vouchers today, working as a government slave. When money gets a little bit tight, we hold on to what we know and never lose sight of the little things. It's the little things that make it all worthwhile. They say they do it for the love, not the money, but the living in the sunlight. Rich now working, got a daddy turns a blind eye. Oh, just to be so young and love right. And here I stay in the gutter, churning butter into diamond, diamond, diamond. Churning butter into diamond, diamond, diamond. Sunny days gonna turn to gray. How long will it last? It seems forever. Bring me down dirty weather. Got a stack of bills remaining unpaid. Call on the credit team to fix it. This week I had to miss it. Nothing but lack of work to blame. The shame. Nothing but lack of work to blame. The shame. They say they do it for the love, not the money, but the living in the sunlight. Rich now working, got a daddy turns a blind eye. Oh, just to be so young and love right. And here I stay in the gutter, churning butter into diamond, diamond, diamond. Churning butter into diamond, diamond, diamond. Tell me, what would you do if you could make diamonds? If you could make what would you do? I'd put it in the gutter when nobody could find them. Would you hide it? Would you hide it? Or would you give me one and go make another? Go make another. Go make another. Making plans for your friends and fans and your lover. What would you do with? What would you do with? They say they do it for the love, not the money, but the living in the sunlight. Rich now working, got a daddy turns a blind eye. Oh, just to be so young and love right. And here I stay in the gutter, churning butter into diamond, diamond, diamond. butter into lightning, lightning, turning butter into lightning, lightning, turning butter into lightning,
I'm gonna fade out. That was a great song, Katie.
Isn't it fab?
Really fab. I mean, it won't come as any surprise to you to learn that I don't really know much about Lady Six, and I'm embarrassed about that. Not as embarrassed as I am about this gorgeous little number. So in front of me, so I'm faffing about with my phone, and Katie says,
Oh, hang on.
Yeah.
I'll stop. Yeah, there you
Okay.
go. Camera's
So
changed.
for those of you who can get picture, Katie pointed out to me that there was, she said, is this a stand for your phone? And it's like it's got a very wide base and a little like slot for your phone. And I went, oh yeah. And it was quite some distance from me. And then she said, does it move? I went, oh yeah. I said, it's very upright though. And then we discovered that the little plinth bit also moves. I've lost your attention, Katie.
Oh, sorry. Someone was just texting me saying, what a fantastic set you did. Isn't that wonderful?
Somebody else has, so that's two people. Or is it the same person?
No, it's a different person.
What was their name?
Shut your mouth.
Simon. No, the guy.
Yeah, no.
Who's going to do the
Yeah,
band?
that's our next thing we have to talk about.
Oh, okay, sorry. Anyway, look, I'm
Anyway.
delighted that I found this little iPhone holder.
Yeah. I don't think it's an iPhone, honey. It's just a phone. Can you stop, like, being all, like, name-droppy about bloody Apple products?
You're just jelly. Well, jelly.
Because I can't afford one, or I've never wanted one. Have you had enough for the chocolate?
I have had enough
Yeah,
of the
pass
chocolate,
it
to be
this way.
honest.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't freeze it.
You can only eat a modest amount. Yeah.
Don't. Yeah, anyway.
So, welcome back. You're listening to ReCooper8 on
You are.
92.7 FM. Arrow FM, your community access radio station. Here for the past, 50 years or something?
You got to
40?
come in and try this place, people, because
You do.
it is professional setup.
Yep.
We're in a bona fide. So how you say it?
Bona fide?
Bona fide?
Bona fide.
Studio,
Yep.
which was the building for Radio Works or something, wasn't it?
Or
Look
magic?
at this. There's like sponge on the walls.
Yeah,
There's like cameras and there's a table tennis table.
the table tennis table is an
Which is a
awesome
new
addition.
An excellent
Yep,
addition.
really enjoying that. And we actually had
Get
a really
your own
good chat.
headphones.
Yeah, you do.
We did. We had a pre-show banter.
My sister wants to know, can find you live, sis? Can find you live, sis?
Yeah. And between
does that mean?
smashing out that ping pong balls, we were talking about our next project, which is
We are doing a live.
radio show, cabaret style,
Yeah.
in a theatre,
Yeah.
with a live audience.
Yes.
What
And do you know what the
are we
most
doing?
funny thing is?
Yeah.
Is they're paying to come and watch us.
Oh, I thought you were going to say they're paying us. And I got all excited.
No, we're not getting
for
paid.
a second. No,
So it's at Studio 73 in Greytown.
yes.
It's on the evening of the 7th of October. I mean, what else can we say? It's going to be great. John Gilberthorpe, who is, as many people know, is a great person, and also he is like the chief of Studio 73, Greytown Little Theatre, essentially.
Great space.
Really lovely space.
Have
Been
you
to-
performed in there since they moved? From
I
their
haven't performed. I've gone to
old
see
building?
a play, and I
Yeah.
went to see Vera Ellen, the musician who was
yeah,
currently
yeah.
staying in Greytown as part of the New Zealand Pacific Studios residency.
residency, yeah. And it's a
Incredible.
cool community space because it's a multi-use space.
Yeah.
Pilates
Pilates, the
Tai Chi.
Yep, Saturday market.
in winter, Tai Chi. Yes, market, all sorts.
And-
Scouts, fire ambulance.
Really?
I don't know, I just made that up.
If the Scouts aren't there, they should. They've got their own
They've got
hall.
their own
Yeah,
hall.
yeah. Scout schmouts.
No.
But what's great is that Greytown Little Theatre actually own the building. I think
They will
is
always
so
have a
cool.
home. It's very smart.
Yeah, very smart.
They've got plans, big plans. What are
They
the plans,
do indeed.
Lucy?
Their plans are they're going to put an extension on at the back, and they're going to rationalise the space, so make the theatre space a bit bigger. They're going to have put an extension on the back so that the talent can go and get changed.
Is that you? Are you the talent?
I'm not the talent. No, we're the talent.
Oh, we're the
On the 7th, we'll be the talent.
Okay. Plus other talents.
Oh, there will be other talents.
Because
Yeah.
cabaret style is music,
Yes.
which we're slowly gathering some exciting.
Well, should we mention the chap just in case he is listening?
He might be listening, but he might not be 100% committed because we were a bit scary.
We were a bit scared.
Like, "Whoa!"
Well, he came up to you and said he loved your playlist.
He did, that was
Yeah,
really
yes, he loved
nice.
your set today when you were DJing.
Yeah.
And then we kind of, well, that was it. You know, we were all
He was
over.
in.
him. Yeah, he
He's
was
trapped in my web of cabaret.
That's right. Yes. So hopefully we'll have him. But if not, we've got some great ideas for the show. Tom Sainsbury, if you're listening, we would like you to beam in live over Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got some audience interaction planned.
Yep, we do. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
You're
And
going to be
it's all
playing
made of
of Studio 73.
and
So
the expansion plans.
that's right. So they are really keen to keep the money coming in so that they can continue with their plans and keep that space as open and as accessible as possible. And I mean, they do some great theatre as well, some really good theatre and a really good bunch of people. And it's just, I mean, we're very lucky in Wairarapa to have so many theatres, really.
Because isn't there a group starting in Featherston?
Oh, there might be actually.
think
Yes, I
there
had
is.
heard that. Yeah.
Definitely an established one in Masterton.
Yes, two.
Harlequin.
There's Harlequin and
And-
there's Mats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're all in now, aren't they, at Harlequin?
Yeah. Anything in Carterton and Marty?
Limelight Theatre.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I'm not sure about Martinborough. I feel that they should have something like the Martinborough Players.
Shouldn't they?
Yeah, and they do Gilbert and Sullivan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do like abstract theatre,
Yeah.
waiting for Godot outside because there is a bus stop conveniently located
Oh.
outside Studio 73. There you go, John.
And-
if you're
right.
listening,
Yeah.
waiting for the number 73. I don't even know what number the bus is that comes from Masterton.
I think it's a 202.
Thank you.
I don't know why I know that. It's
Because
also
you're a
next.
planner. You were a planner.
That's right.
You're always a planner.
I am always a planner. Yeah.
I don't think you'll ever get away from that.
Oh, how can you be so cruel?
No, I'm not. Once a planner, always a planner.
I do find that being a planner, having been a resource management planner, comes in quite handy for my role as a journalist now.
I knew we wanted to talk about that.
Did you like my segue?
It was beautiful.
I mean, you handed that to me on a plate.
I know. I rack 'em up. You,
Shoot 'em down.
I don't know.
No,
What's
what do
the thing?
Pop them?
I don't
No,
know.
that's snooker.
That's totally ruined it now.
Yeah. What was I talking about?
I stack 'em, you rack 'em.
No, I rack 'em, you stack 'em.
I lay 'em up, you shit 'em down. I don't know. Anyway, go ahead. Tell us your new venture, your exciting new jobs opportunity.
Yeah.
And your training.
My training.
And who have you met in our beautiful community?
Oh my God. Like, this is probably the best thing about being a journalist is just all the people you meet.
Yeah.
And it's just joyful. So I started my training in January. I'm doing the postgraduate diploma in journalism at Massey, and my first tutor for my first semester.
Why did you say it like that?
I don't know. Don't know.
Why though? I think we really need to dig deep on that one.
Now?
No.
Can't we?
We
Can
can
I
do that
finish
in the
one
car
story
home.
and then
Yeah.
we get on to my other problems? So I started the training. My first tutor was the fabulous Bernie Whelan. So there's these two courses that you can do. They're kind of the compulsory components. So it's court reporting and sort of local democracy reporting, and then there's community reporting. So I did the court reporting and the local democracy reporting, but I also crowbarred in a lot of community stuff as well because I couldn't help it. Once I got started, I was like all over that stuff.
It's a gold mine.
It was a gold mine. And so I cultivated a bit of relationship with Mary Argue.
Lovely Mary. Who's now working for Radio New Zealand.
I know. We have rich, fertile grounds at Wairarapa Times Age for future RNZ reporters. So Mary was very kind and took a lot of my articles during the first semester, and then I was offered a job while Erin, the editor of Wairarapa Midweek, which is the community paper that comes out once a week. She's gone off to have a lovely baby called Finn, who's doing very well.
Excellent.
The whole family are doing very well. And so I'm interim editor, and I just absolutely love it. There isn't a part of the process about making news that I don't love.
Making news?
Making news, writing news, writing the news.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what has surprised me is just how, am I allowed to say how productive I am? Like, I can push that news out pretty quick.
Yeah.
Like, once I've gone to see someone, like, it doesn't take long.
No.
And I've written 400, 600 words, whatever it has to be. It's wonderful.
That's because you're just so filled with joy, aren't you?
I am a little bit like a puppy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
currently.
brilliant.
Thanks.
That is great.
Can I just, I had a bit of an epiphany the other day, Epiphanani.
That's my new band name.
Epiphanani. I was talking to, so the director of news at the Wairarapa Times Age is a great guy called Roger Parker. And he was in the lunchroom while I was doing some planning work in between things because, that I've still got some planning work to finish. And I said,
God, you let your side person see your main person?
well, it was quite late in the evening by this point.
Right.
So I'd done
You're
all
off the clock.
Yeah, I'd done everything.
You put the paper to bed, as they say.
I had put the
Had
paper
you?
to bed. I think I had. I think it was one of those days.
I think I tucked it up in this little brown paper bag. Said,
And
off you go.
I was a bit
Have a good
frustrated.
sleep. See you in the morning. Lots more special stories.
Are you
love
listening
you.
to me?
I love you and everything you are. Carry on. Sorry.
So we were just chatting because I was a bit frustrated with the
planning.
work I was doing, the planning work, and I said, what's really fascinating is that I hadn't realised how, like, being a planner often, for example, the Greater Wellington Regional Plan took the whole time that Isla's been alive. So she's my eldest daughter.
Who is?
14 years old.
Wow.
It's taken that entire time to go from, we're going to review this plan, to it actually being able to be used by the whole public, right? 14 years.
Is that normal or is that...
It's kind of normal,
Wow.
unfortunately. Yeah. So,
so you're like high on the instantaneous... Is that what you're going to say?
Well, when you're in planning, you might, particularly in the policy space, you might start with an idea for a policy, and 14 years later, it's either gone or it's so different from what you ever envisaged that it doesn't feel like it's connected to you anymore. But in the newspaper, like, there's all this wonderful structure, and you're guaranteed a product. Like, in my lifetime, in a working week. Like, every week, a paper will come out that I help put together.
That's pretty cool.
It's instant gratification.
And you're going to be forever immortalised in papers past.
That's pretty exciting.
Bet you hadn't thought of that, had you? Had you?
Yeah,
Just another little string to your journalism bow.
I do. It's wonderful. I just love it. And I've met some amazing people.
Who have you met, Lucy? What's been
so-
your highlight so far?
So, do you know the loveliest thing, which I hadn't anticipated, is covering kids' sport and also young people's achievements.
Yeah.
So I love covering kids' sports. Like, lots of delightful parents will send in photos of their kids, like, playing in the mud and the fog,
Nice.
and winning this, that, and the other. And I love that because, Flo's my youngest, has really got into netball last season. And so just witnessing how much effort it takes certain adults, not me, I just drive Flo there and get excited and drive her home again. But there are other parents who are coaching and administrating.
Slicing out the oranges.
Yeah, doing all that incredible work. So, and then the kids themselves are showing this amazing, commitment and passion for something. So I've really enjoyed covering that. And then, for example, a story that will go in this week's edition, which comes out on Wednesday, is Kuranui College, which is like a secondary school for those of you listening overseas. And they have got an incredible arts and drama department. But they have just, like, this group of young people have just smashed Theatre Fest at both the local, the regional and the national level. They've
What's
been
Theatre Fest? Is that like theatre sports?
I think maybe was theatre sports? I don't know. Do you know, that's one question I didn't ask. I just took it for granted that it was a thing. But actually, Theatre Fest has got adults and kids.
Yeah.
They were one of only 2 youth groups to get through to the finals.
Oh, yeah, I did read about that.
Yeah, and I interviewed a lovely young man called James Morland and a lovely young woman called Jasmine Loveday. They'd become really good friends, these 2 young people. She told me, and it's in the paper as well, that she suffers quite significantly with OCD, as obsessive compulsive disorder. But she was just talking about what the arts gave her as an individual. I mean, she was such an impressive person. But she had used the arts she said, I can't write stuff often, but I know that in this art space, I can build something. I can tell a story with my makeup. I can tell a story with my ideas. I can tell a story with my movement, just amazing. And then James Morland had won the Acting Excellence Award. And what was really, I don't think this comes in the article I've written for the paper, but he really wanted that award. He really wanted it. And so he was so focused, but just such impressive people. And you meet people like that and you think, we're going to be okay. If we just give more and more room to people being able to be their very best in whatever shape that looks like, then surely to God we'll be okay. So that they've been just 2 examples.
What fantastic examples.
Thank
what
you.
a job.
I know. Like, I can't imagine, why would anybody want to do anything else? I really can't. But then,
And is it buzzy, because one of my favourite films is the, Spotlight.
Oh,
Spotlight.
yeah.
I mean, I know the subject matter is awful because it was the Chicago Times? The Chicago...
Boston Globe.
Boston Globe, who uncovered the abuse ring within the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
But what a film! And the intensity and like you say, the long game of them building a story, of getting all their sources right, the people talking to the sources and, massaging people who don't want to talk.
Yeah.
And finding them a way that they can tell their story in a way that they're comfortable with.
Yes.
That's a bit tricky, isn't it?
Oh,
Have you encountered anything like that?
Yes. I'm so pleased you said that because I did. I met a story that will come out in a few weeks' time is a lady called Karen Hoodless. She's a nurse, a mental health nurse, very senior. And she is on a campaign, I think she would call it a crusade, to get people to participate in bowel screening tests that get delivered.
Yeah.
She did one, it came back negative. She did a second. She'd been hassling her husband to do his first one because he didn't want to deal with it all. And he finally did it. She did hers. Hers came back positive. But because they caught it so early, she could get the treatment that she needed. So they've removed a part of her bowel. She'll be back at work in October. This whole journey, this incredible journey she's been on, has taken just a few months. And so I met her because she now currently wears the bowel screening T-shirt, which is very nice, by the way.
It is,
yeah. She wears it all the time. And
they've got that great series of ads on at the moment.
Yes, they do.
Big push for it.
There is, particularly among Māori and Pacifica who don't participate and also have worse health outcomes. So they're really trying to get everybody to participate, particularly those groups. But so I'm sat in her beautiful house with her lovely husband. They're both from Nottingham originally. They've been here for 25 years, but they've still got quite strong accents. So I was loving talking to them just because they had this delicious accent, and also they were lovely people. But we got to the bit where I said, because a great question to ask in any walk of life, really, but particularly as a journalist, I'm learning, is how did that make you feel? So it's amazing what happens when you ask that question. I asked that and she got really choked up. And I suddenly felt this kind of responsibility that I had probably taken a little bit for granted until that moment. And so I think that was a really interesting experience for me to have, a good experience for me to have, because even though I was I tend to be a very enthusiastic person, but, also everything that people tell you needs to be really looked after, because it takes a lot of courage,
does.
whether it's a good news, bad news story, or a good news story. You know, it all takes courage, because to put yourself out there, particularly in this day and age where, you know, you hear so much about, you know, people don't get treated very well sometimes when they put themselves out there, not in the written word, but online and whatnot. So that was a really interesting experience, and I knew that Karen wanted to tell me, and I knew that I needed to listen. So how did we get to a place where, you know, she felt comfortable to do that? And it was pretty cool. I mean, you know, I work in community news, so it doesn't really tend to get very edgy. But I love the newsroom. I was worried about... Kind of. Sometimes it can be. We've got lots of really young people in there, and I love them. I think they're all amazing. And I think also because, you know, journalism, you know, you need to be a little bit outgoing, even if you're an introvert. So they're kind of buzzy, cool people, you know. And again, another group of young people I look at and I think, we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. We just got to give more room for this. Yeah. So I'm excited to go to work every day. I love it. I love walking in there and turning on my computer.
Yeah.
And typing.
And so, do people like contact you? How do you find the stories? Do you sniff out things, or do you have like is everyone telling everybody?
Yeah, everybody seems to
what
share
they heard about, and maybe you should go and check it out.
Yes.
Do people come to you?
Yeah, I mean on the daily side, on the harder news side of the news desk, then there's definitely a lot of chit chat, and they're looking for the hard news. So I think their conversations and their journeys to find people to talk to can be harder than mine. My side of the newsroom, or mine and Julia's and Erin's side of the newsroom, it's easier to find the stories, I think, because, you know, I only have to look on Facebook and think, oh, somebody did something. And I'm like, I'm totally going to give them a call. Or people send in a press release and I have to call them, you know, and I can't just leave a press release and then just like tidy it up and put it in the paper. I have to call people. I'm a bit of a menace. Because I love it, because it's not until you talk to people, like suddenly those quotes start jumping off the page. You kind of really get a sense of who that person is and why it's important to them.
Yeah, and it's good when you get someone who's like, you don't even have to work at it.
Yeah,
hey, like someone just goes,
that's right,
and they're just little gold, beautiful, treasure-full nuggets.
And it's funny, like I'm not very good at writing headlines. My co-worker Julia.
Is that part of the course? Do they spend a lot of time on headlines?
We don't spend a huge amount of time on it. But
is punning part of the course?
Well, round of applause for that was my favourite punny headline for a new dog kennel. I mean, puns can be part of it. I mean, the news director, Roger Parker, loves a pun. Julia, my co-worker, is excellent. She used to work on The Sun.
Like
The Sun in England. Yeah. And she loved it. I mean, because it's exciting.
Before it got horrible?
Oh, I don't know. But she had front pages.
Wow.
She sent me a load of pictures of her front pages. Very cool. But she's very good with headlines as well. Like, she'll just see a story and because it's not just the words. You've got to think, well, I've got this much space. The font is this big.
How am I going to entice people to read on?
That's right. So I'm rubbish at it. Round of applause. The new dog kennel was my favourite. And and I don't even think... I only came up with round of applause. I think Julia finished the end of the sentence for me.
And steam was coming out your ears.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. It's such a cool job. And, you know, the actual putting it together, even though we use computers and all that, it's still very much, you know, I have to speak to Christine. I don't have to. I love speaking to Christine, who does the design of the pages, and just flitting across the newsroom, kind of going, oh, we've had this idea and can you fit this? Blah, blah, blah. You know,
And then you get to write your editorials.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't write one last week, so we did a photo montage. Don't know if you noticed. We did Daffodil Day because I didn't have anything in the tank.
But you could have written about me.
I know. But, you know,
You've written about your dog. As I was saying earlier, you've written about your dog, your other best friend. Come on.
Yeah, editorials, because that's another style of writing, again, much more free, much more personal.
Are there any rules? Is there any place you can't go with your editorial? within the context of a midweek community newspaper?
I think I wouldn't want to go too political. There is a political joke in this week's editorial, which I was very proud of. You have to let me know when you see it.
Okay.
I would say for the midweek, you probably don't want to get too political. You probably don't want to dip too much into those things. I don't know whether I'm doing it right even, but I think the midweek should be a pretty awesome feel-good read from beginning to end.
Definitely.
And I think if the editorial, I like to think, well, that's where you can make people think. But I think sometimes I'll give an opinion, but I think I like to write in a way that more like gets people thinking. So this week's editorial is all about the wonder of tickets to nice things, and this is inspired by Tiff, and so I think what I wanted to do, there's part of if you read it, hopefully you'll come away and think, oh, I wonder what I like. What is a thing for me that makes me go all buzzy and fluffy inside? Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. That this week's editorial, you're staring at me.
No, I'm just in wonder. It's truly in wonder.
Shall we give people a break?
Yeah, let's have a little. Let's have a little musical interlude while you think about what your next editorial will be.
Yeah, and then we're going to talk about something. We've got to talk a bit more about our show on the 7th, don't we?
Yeah.
I don't think we sold it very well.
Well, let's try it again after we've heard from.
What do you want to play?
I love Lynette. I wanted to fit her in this playlist.
Who's Lynette?
She's a soul singer.
Oh.
So it's called Stop. Don't worry about it.
Where
in
is
brackets.
Oh, yeah, I got it. Okay, all right.
Stop. Don't worry about it, Lucy.
I'm trying not to.
Is
this...
Yes,
oh,
that's it.
I'm liking it already, Katie. See you in a minute. Oh, this is great. Ow!
Then all good if you don't mean it. Everything you need, you know I got it. You're gonna get it, baby. No doubt about it. So if you're thinking I'm gonna mistreat you, oh stop. Don't worry about it. Oh stop. Don't worry about it. You ain't never had no love like the love you're gonna get from me. You've been used and you've been abused. 7 days a week you had the blues. You didn't know if you were coming or going, so let your trust in me keep on growing. And if you're thinking I'm gonna mistreat you, oh stop. Don't worry about it. Oh stop. Don't worry about it. You ain't never had no love like the love you're gonna get from me. Stop. Don't worry about it. Oh, 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 stop. Don't worry about it.
That was a truly excellent
record,
track.
isn't it?
Absolutely. Oh, sorry about the hard fade out. That was excellent. I know, sorry, I
DJ
mullered that.
wouldn't do that.
I know they wouldn't. That was so cool. I hope people were dancing around the living rooms.
I hope so.
I hope so. Welcome back. You're listening to ReCooper8 with me, Lucy Cooper, and you,
Katie
Katie.
Abbott. Although I've told you the story about how I was due for a serious operation and they couldn't find my name because no one could understand me. I just hate my name. I hate the way I say it. I can't say it properly.
Say it normal. Say it.
Every time I say it, I answer the phone, they're like, Anyway, so the story is,
Yeah.
I rang up and had to register for this operation that I needed, and then when I turned up at the hospital, they couldn't find the record of the operation because they'd booked the they booked the operation under Casey, Casey, Ebert,
No way.
Seriously, I'm not lying.
Casey Ebert.
Because later on we're going to play this game called Two Lies and a Truth.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you two...
We've only got 10 minutes.
I know, next time.
Okay, next time, yeah.
We're going to play Two Lies and a Truth. Have you ever played that?
No, I haven't.
So I
I'd
tell
be
you three
rubbish at
things
it.
about me, two of them are true and one is a lie, and you have to guess which one's a lie.
Okay.
Anyway, so this story is totally 100% true, but I could, for example, play that in this game and you would be like, really? You were up for an important operation and you couldn't get it because they registered you as Casey Ebert.
God, so how did you work that out in the end?
Because when I said my name... they said, people can't understand me.
Say it. Say your name to me.
Just pretend you're ringing me and then I'll say it. Ring, ring. Look, she's
Hello.
holding her finger up.
Hello, Wairarapa DHB.
Hello, this is Katie. Oh, no, I did it wrong. Try again. Do it again.
Ring, ring.
Ring, ring.
Hello, Wairarapa DHB. How may I help you?
Kia ora, this is Katie Abbott. How would you get that?
Katie Abbott.
Katie.
Katie Abbott.
Katie?
Katie Abbott.
I can see how you get Casey from Katie.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Ebert from Abbott, but to have both
Casey
at a
Ebert.
critical time in my life was very...
Well,
and
you
that's
know,
why
we
I hate
call-
it. So
we-
that's why I hate when you ask me to say my name. I'd rather we do it like the two Ronnies.
Okay.
Where I say your name, which is easy for me to say, and you say my name in a beautiful English brogue.
So what would you say? How do we do
Lucy
that?
Cooper.
No. Larry Hooper? What? No, I still can't understand you, love. Sorry.
I had terrible trouble when I lived in Ireland. People just could not understand me at all.
You know we call you Katie Habit, don't you?
Yeah, but that's...
A dream Flo had.
Yeah, but it's not because you can't understand it. I'm just saying my name.
But maybe if you put a French H in the front.
So that's my little story.
Gosh.
Do you think it's true or a lie?
I think it's true.
Yeah, that's because I told you it's true. But that's how the game will go.
Okay. Because that's the other format change we've made is it's no
Yes.
longer 2 hours. Because who needs that?
So see you later. Bye.
Yeah. I mean, are people enjoying this new format?
I don't know. They might hate it. But
Yeah.
we don't.
We do. So, because, you know, we were going to talk about...
do
Oh,
care.
we were going to talk about books, weren't we?
Yeah.
And I did talk about a book, but I couldn't remember the author or the name of the book.
That's what it's going to be like on Menopause Hour.
That's
We
bad,
can't remember
isn't it?
anything
I'm looking...
or
Oh, there we
anyone.
are. The Woman They Could Not Silence.
Oh.
Yep.
Hey, wasn't there an investigative reporter that checked herself in voluntarily to a...
Yes, I think
Am
so.
I thinking that? Something to do with that, is it? That was more modern day.
I think it was more modern day, but yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. Checked herself into a... What do they call it now? Institute?
I don't even know if they have them any.
Hospital?
Because you'd have psychiatric units,
Ward,
don't you?
yeah.
But
To get the inside scoop.
yeah,
She checked herself in as a patient.
far out.
So
Well, I
brave.
mean, and the danger is that you don't come out
okay.
because a lot of these women, which simply
did.
were not coming out, it was like a slow, terrible death, and they were all perfectly sane. But but also the way that the male medical establishment back in the 1870s would talk about women, like even when they were making completely cogent, competent arguments, as this woman did, just she was too sane. She must be mad. Like you could not win. You could not win. You were either mad or sane mad. Either way, you were insane. It's shocking, just shocking.
And the moral of the story is...
Oh dear, I don't know.
Don't get married.
Yeah,
Yeah? No husband, no one to commit you.
that's right.
Or does it not work like that?
I think it was harder back then. Yeah, but we've got no excuse now. In this day and age, like we know enough. Oh dear. So just back to our, our
your
two-woman
cabaret
show.
show,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's on the 7th of October. It is going to be fun, I promise you. We've got lots of great ideas.
The key word being ideas.
Ideas, yeah. And
No, we
and
have
we've
to
got
appear confident for John.
yeah. And hopefully Simon Russo will come through with his skiffle band. Except it's not a skiffle band, is it?
What's a skiffle?
A bit like, what music does he play? The man that you met today?
Like,
Bit,
I can't remember.
oh, well, that's no good.
no,
is
like
it?
Stray Cats. What is
Yeah,
Stray
I
Cats
don't
music?
know. We've got to do better than this.
Oh my God.
I'm getting nervous.
This is not good.
And I reckon we'll go for about, an hour, 90 minutes with a break in between in which people can vote with their feet or stay.
And foos and bood.
There is definitely Foos and Bood. Foos and Bood with Casey Ebert.
That sounds like a German happy hour. Foos and bood with Getty Ebert. That's why I should have changed my name when I got married, but I couldn't.
To what?
Wildman.
Who's Wildman?
That's my mother's maiden name.
That Katie Wildman. Wildman. Wild woman.
Wildman.
Wildman.
I couldn't be Wildman. Wild
no.
woman.
No.
Good call.
This has been great. Well, look, I've enjoyed the new format.
Stop.
Rockabilly.
Rockabilly?
That was the
something like
word.
that.
Yeah. That was totally it. So that should be fun. So we haven't told John that yet.
Psychobilly.
Psycho. Ooh,
Yeah.
that sounds
New
like
wave
fun.
Billy.
New Wave Billy.
Billy. Yeah, we're also going to have themed playlists.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yep.
if you'd like a theme, or if you'd like, we take requests,
Yes.
but only in advance. So you must advance us a request.
Yeah, via the ReCooper8 Facebook page,
Yes.
which has been a little bit quiet of late.
Yes.
On account of us not being on air, I guess.
I guess.
And having no listeners. And we did we did think that the live, if we pack out, which is about 40 to 50 people, it will be the biggest audience we've ever had.
Ever.
Oh, now who's that?
It's Mark's telling me it's Rockabilly.
What did we call it?
Psychobilly? No, I said Rockabilly. What
Yeah,
are
you
talking
did,
about?
yeah.
Stop fact checking me. Fact checking me.
I
Right.
think we've got a minute
Oh,
because we
okay.
have to finish at 8:57.
Now the time
I've just got to
say
work-
goodbye.
Do you want to sing for us?
Family, MICKYMOUSE
What's this?
from Mickey Mouse Club.
Oh.
Didn't you have that in the Who K?
I saw it here,
Did you?
but the cartoon version, the new
Yeah.
version.
Oh, no, this is
Where
the
Mickey
original.
sounded so weird and nothing like he used to do when he was younger.
That's very good, Lucy.
Thank you very much.
Perhaps that's another career trajectory.
I could be the stand-in for Mickey Mouse. Hello, kids.
No, like a impressionist.
That is pretty, actually. I just freaked myself out
Yeah.
there.
Like Rob, what's his face?
Titchener? Oh, no, that's
No,
from The
Rob,
Archers.
You know, Rob and the guy you like, who did the film together.
Who?
Rob and the guy you like, the guy you fancy, the actor you fancy, who did the film together about the trip.
Oh, Steve Coogan.
Yeah, but the
and
other
Rob
guy.
Brydon.
Rob Brydon
Oh,
was an
yes.
excellent mimic, isn't
Yes, excellent. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent.
Which one do I fancy?
The other
Steve
one.
Coogan. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Don't you?
Yeah.
Or is that not
but
public
I think
knowledge?
No, it is. Well, it is now. But I think he's a bit. I don't think. I think he's not a particularly pleasant person.
No.
Well, I mean, look. Sorry, Steve, if you're listening, come on the show and tell us we're wrong.
I'm sure you're lovely.
Yeah. But right. We've got to say goodbye. Are you ready to say goodbye?
Yes.
How do we
Goodbye.
do that? Oh,
Bye-bye.
Seems a shame. Let us know if you've enjoyed the show, and if you haven't enjoyed the show,
Don't
keep
tell
it to
us.
yourself. I've enjoyed the show. Have you?
I've really had a great time.
Yeah.
I've had such a good day, so don't bring me down.
Yeah. Keep it peppy, people. Bye. See you on the 7th, and then
Yes.
sometime else in October on air.
Lovely.
All right. Bye then.
Kakite ano.
Kakitiano.